Grace and peace from God, our Father, and from the Son Jesus, be with all of us this morning. I like the story of the man going to the moon, and I once heard a beautiful sentence about all that. He said, it was actually Pastor Reverend. He said, you know, the most extraordinary thing was in human history was not the fact that the man reached the moon, but it was the fact that God, our Father, sent His Son to the earth. That was one of the beautiful phrases of Pastor Billy Graham. I have a story from this man called Larry. Larry was hard hearing, and he needed to go to the doctor because he was feeling stressful. And so he and his wife went to the doctor. The doctor told wife that the chest pains were more likely because of the stress. So Larry asked, as he has problems hearing, he asked wife, what the doctor said? Wife answered, he said, you're sick, Larry. Well, the doctor continued and said that Larry could suffer a severe heart attack if his stress was not reduced. So, he suggested to the wife that each morning she prepare a healthy breakfast for him. Be pleasant, be kind, be nice. She should minimize his stress by not yelling at him or arguing with him. Most importantly, she should cater to her husband every whim. On the drive home, Larry asked, wife, what the doctor said? The wife said, the doctor said you're going to die. That's simple, huh? Oh my goodness. We look closely into this reading of the gospel this morning, and we see someone kind of stressful. Her name is Martha. We look closely in the beginning, actually the beginning of the verse 40. That Martha was distracted by all the preparations she had to put in. She had to be made. The interesting thing about the word distracted in the New Testament reading is that it is like when someone is trying to pull you from all over and from all directions and distract you. This is how Martha was when Jesus was at his house. His foul mind pulled from all around. It refers to drawing away or diverting someone. So Martha was worried, and Martha was stressed out. But we can sympathize with Martha, can we? There are so many things in our life, so many things happen in our daily lives that we can be very, very stressful. Stress can kill you and can take you earlier to heaven. This is Martha's life. She was worrying a lot of all the things in her house, and she forgot one thing. On our daily lives, we just stop and think. We can also be and try to be as busy as Martha and be stressed with the everyday things we have to do. And then this is the main lesson of the gospel. And then we lose focus on the things that are really important. Discerning through study and prayer. This is the purpose of Jesus in Martha's house. Someone said, discerning through study and prayer, the purpose God has for our lives is just as important as serving Christ. So that's why today we turn our attention not into Martha's way of living, but into Mary's her sister. What is, when we read the gospel, what is the first thought that crossed your mind? It is not that, or like, oh, Mary, you let Martha working alone. You did not get on your feet to help Martha. This is not the first thing we think. When we read the gospel, we think Martha is right. That Martha has all the reasons to say, Mary, please come help me. And Jesus should do something. This is what Martha expects from Jesus when she asks, Lord, don't you care that I do everything myself while Mary sits at your feet and do nothing? It's not fair. They should share responsibilities. This is the first thing we think when we read the gospel. That's Martha's way of thinking. But see the other side, and Jesus' feet is Mary. Mary did not even realize what Martha was doing, because her eyes, her ears, and all her senses were committed to Christ into that very moment when Jesus visited with them. But don't take Martha wrong, because, well, she was a nice person. She invited Jesus. She was probably the one that was responsible for all the house. Remember, she has also a brother named Lazarus that Jesus raised from the dead. So Martha and Mary are two good people, but in this moment, Martha made a poor choice. According to autou, this is the verb in Greek. It means that Mary, listen attentively to what Jesus said. And that's why she could not see anything that was going on around. She was paying so much attention to Jesus' words that she could not even see Martha working. One detail, important. When a guest in a Jewish tradition, when a guest comes into a house, it was kind of polite, and it should happen that the people in the house should listen to the guest, pay attention to the guest, that it would show hospitality. So Mary is showing hospitality. But when she was sitting at Jesus' feet, there was something special going on. It was not just a conversation. It was Jesus making a disciple. This is how we understand the gospel. She was being discipled by Jesus. She was learning the words of life. She was learning about heaven. She was learning how important it is to pass on the message. Jesus was preparing a disciple. And that's why Jesus addressed Martha with these words. Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things. But few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. One thing, did you pay attention to that? Just one thing is necessary, only one. And to make things more interesting, Jesus said, but few things. No, not few things, just only one. It's a way to call attention over the things he wants to say. Only one thing is necessary. And it's not what you're doing right now. The only thing necessary is to listen to the word of Christ. Sunday morning at 9, we should all be Marys and not Marthas. This is what Jesus is saying. When it comes the time to listen to the Word and to spread the good news of salvation, we should be like Mary. Always. We should forget the stressful days we have. We should forget the things we have to do. Everything we forget and come to church. Because one thing is necessary. What is this thing? Jesus doesn't say what this thing is, but we know what it is, don't we? What is this necessary thing? Just think about it. I talked with the ladies at Ladies Aid meeting in the evening field, and they always have the right answer for me. The only thing necessary is the word of the Lord. And in the word of the Lord there is a promise, because Jesus said, one thing is necessary, and it's not going to be taken away from you. The stress takes your health away. But the word of Jesus, given by God through the Holy Spirit, the grace of Jesus, the hope of eternal life, that is written in Jesus' words, cannot be taken from you. It is the grace of God to you. If you pay attention, if you take your time to sit at Jesus' feet, you have something that will never ever be taken away from you. Jesus, that was 2 point of views. When Jesus came into Martha's house, Martha thought that Jesus came to be served. To be served. But when Jesus got into that house, the only thing he wants to do is to serve. And how Jesus served us, how Jesus did serve Martha and Mary that day, it was with his presence, with his words of encouragement, with his words of hope, the hope of eternal life, the hope of forgiveness. Now Martha and Mary are justified by God, and Jesus wants to make sure that Martha, Martha, Jesus says. The repetition of, and don't think Jesus was kind of rude with Martha or anything. Jesus was not doing that. When Jesus repeated the name Martha twice, he was saying something that we call a pitying love. Martha, Martha. Jesus did that before with Peter. Simon, Simon, why do you do that? When he called Saul in the road of Damascus, Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Jesus kindly reminded Martha that his presence in that house in that day was for a purpose. And Jesus' purpose and his presence purpose was to teach them the way of God, the resurrection, and the eternal life. And Jesus warns us all today, sit, listen, forget about what's going on in your life. Remember, the word of the Lord and the grace of our Lord and Savior Jesus cannot be taken away from you. It is the time to sit and listen and be reminded of the great sacrifice of Jesus Christ for all of us, the forgiveness of sins that Jesus gives to all of us every single day when we listen to his words, when we meditate on his words. Jesus gave his life for all of us. He came also to serve you and me. He gave his life for all of us so we can have the blessing of the eternal life. So we listen and we spread the good news of salvation through Him as He loved us. He loved us so much He gave Himself on the cross for all of us. So may God bless us all as we continue to listen. This one thing so necessary for our spiritual life. In Jesus' name, amen.